Hey Chris,
Yeah, what's up, man?
you wanna know how I know you're gay?
How?
You listen to Cardi B.
That's gay.
Yeah. You're her number one fan.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
I saw you buy jeans with ripped holes from the knee to the shin.
You wanna know how I know you're gay?
How?
You don't eat ass.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
I saw you buy all of the Smurfs on Blu-ray. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Must Be Nice, episode 2. We're back. It's your boy Chris.
And your boy Loons.
We hope you guys liked last week. We're still working on this, so, we appreciate you guys. Whoever watches this, thank you. So, I wanted to get started off. The last episode was kind of an informal video. We didn't really introduce ourselves. So, we were thinking about just going into the history of, the Chris and Loons history.
Yeah, so actually it goes back, I think in the last video I said 10 years, but it's more than 10 years.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like 06, it's like 13 years. But back in middle school, it was like 2006, I was a brand new kid, like I was a new kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have like that much friends, which is whatever. It's not like I was like a nerd or anything, I was just a new kid.
Yeah.
But, we lived like 2 or 3. I mean, it's probably like more like 5 blocks away from the school. We lived like in a neighborhood nearby, and we were walking home, and we just started hit it off.
I also was new to Lemoore schools. I was on base most of my life, so it's one of those things where we just clicked. We're both new, and we saw each other walking the same way. Like, oh, you walk this way, so we.
Actually, he was like, he asked me, he was like, oh, do you live over here? And I was like, nah, I'm just following you.
You're like, nah, I actually live all the way down the other side of Lemoore.
Oh man, it was hilarious, dude. We
were just laughing the whole walk.
The whole time. Like, it probably made the walk even longer because we were laughing the whole time, just walking so
just
slow.
Laughing and just saying stupid stuff, man. Those are the days. So that was like 7th grade. Then we've been on and off best friends since then. I got sent away to the charter school.
Yeah.
And then we like, high school is a little different it's how it is with everybody.
Yeah. Well, he went to a different. In 8th grade, he was basically, in a different school, and then I made friends, and he made friends, and then in high school, it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna join our cliques or whatever, because it's not that simple. We just made different friends, and I guess we kind of had different interests. I was in NJ, he was doing multimedia. Well, was it? You didn't do multimedia till like junior year, huh?
I was actually one of the only sophomores to do it, so yeah, I've been almost the whole.
Gotcha. Yeah. So. We were pretty much doing our own things, but it's not like, we still kept in touch or whatever.
Yeah, we would see each other like, yo, Luna, not like, it's Luna, I'm not going to ignore it.
Yeah. So it's just like, we've been cool, we've been friends for this long, and then senior year, we're freaking tight, so.
Yeah.
Time doesn't affect our friendship, so.
Yeah, ever since then, we had a long stretch after high school of just going out and doing stuff.
Every weekend.
Every weekend, just, going out.
Yeah, good times.
A lot of stories, A
lot of stories you guys will probably be hearing in the future.
Over episodes, we'll definitely tell some some crazy stories, some ridiculous stories I'm not proud of. You'll know why Dr. Pepper is my favorite drink, things like that. So yeah, that's more, the history of me and Luna. We've known each other for a very long time.
Yeah, we'll be going more in depth in the future. And like I said before, we just always have these funny conversations, and we just feel like we want to share it, and like people would enjoy it. So that's what has resulted in this. It's like the long coming of us, coming together and doing this channel.
Another thing, if you're wondering why it's called Must Be Nice, it goes along with our talks and how we would, say things. We like to think of ourselves as the saltiest people around. So Must Be Nice is kind of like, oh, must be nice, So that's kind of the background behind the name, Must Be Nice.
Yeah, we'd catch ourselves, just, be like telling each other about our days or our week or whatever, what we did. We just went on vacation or to Disneyland or whatever. I'm like, oh, must be nice. I was at work all day.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely, I find it amusing.
Yeah, and then you can use it for anything, like I say get off of work and this dude's on Fortnite, I had like 6 W's today. I'm like, oh, must be nice. I was just working all day. So things like that,
That happened a lot.
So,
I was addicted to Fortnite for a bit.
Yeah. We all were at one point before all the crazy changes.
Yeah. RIP.
So the topics we want to get into today, the first one, the NFL draft was, it's technically still going on. It was Friday. It started, Thursday. Sorry, today. I got my days mixed up because.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really a sports guy. He's all into that. I guess I'm more into like video games, and so it's kind of like another thing where we, combine, our weaknesses and our strengths. The kind of oppose. So like us together makes a good combo, but. What's up with the New York Giants first pick? I don't understand. Like I said, I don't really know a lot of sports. And I see all these memes of like people going off and crazy and all stuff. And I'm just like, what's the big deal?
So there's 2 big memes for the New York Giants right now. They were the 5th or 6th overall pick.
Mm-hmm. I think it was
high 6. Up. They needed a quarterback. There's a lot of talent, quarterback position. There was one specific one everyone thought they were going to grab. They're crazy not to get him. So they went ahead and picked a quarterback that was nowhere near anyone's list for a first round, let alone maybe even a second round. It's kind of like you're expecting someone to take you to, I don't know, a good restaurant, like I'm not gonna say this is the top tier restaurant. Say you're expecting to go to Cheesecake Factory and then you end up at McDonald's. Something like just it's way out of left field. You're just like, what just happened right now? I'm not gonna knock the guy. He's a professional professional athlete. I know I'm nothing, but the dude was not on anyone's radar. It was a ridiculous pick. You got people crying and breaking stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of videos about it.
So the thing is that he's not worthy of a first round pick, and that's what they did with their first round pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
They picked someone.
I thought it was more like they already had like a decent quarterback or something.
No. It's like they wanted. If Eli Manning is really regressed really bad, he's not playing well. So they're like, oh, let's pick his successor. And it's like, okay, we just picked Eli Manning again, that type of deal.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
And then another meme going around. So before the draft, there was this contest. Sports fans, because to celebrate like 100 years of football, one lucky fan is going to get 100 years of season tickets to one team, your favorite team. And the guy was a Giants fan. So there's a meme making fun of him. You're getting 100 years of season tickets just to watch this terrible quarterback.
What was his name? Daniel something?
Daniel Jones, I believe. Honestly, I don't know. I've never really heard of the guy, so I didn't really care to learn his name. I just know it's an absurd pick.
Gotcha.
So, in other news this week, Mortal Kombat 11 just came out. Luna reviewed it on Loon's Reviews. Go ahead and check that out. We wanted to dive deep a little bit more into it. I know we just played it earlier. You saw that in the video before.
What'd you think of it?
So I like the graphics. Looks really good. Looks beautiful. I didn't like the fact that you're picking a certain type. You pick a character, and then they have different types. They had that in the last one, but this one I feel like you're more limited to a certain style of fighting. I didn't like that.
I feel like they really cheated it on this one. Well, they got some things right, and then they got some things wrong. Like how they kind of not necessarily handicap, but and not necessarily like a nerf, but the way they do the X-rays now, like you can only do it once per game, and there's no meter, because you in the last one you could see the meter, and I'd be like, oh, look at your meter's full, and I'm just gonna block it, or just stuff like that, and then you could just do it unlimited, and as long as your meter's full, you could do the X-ray, which is like
the special,
like a special move, and it takes like a third of your life if you get the special move off. But on this one, they kind of got it right, where you can only do it once per match, and then you can only do it when you're almost dead.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a last stand type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kind of a cool concept. I wish there was maybe a mode where you could do that, and maybe classic mode. You can use it whenever you build up your X-ray.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something they'll work on in the future. You don't know.
Yeah, but the variations are definitely broken. There's half the characters are brand new, and so I think we're just two diehard fans of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the thing is, they left out a lot of fan favorites.
Yeah, and I know they're gonna add. I think they're adding 8 or 12, but only half of those 8 or 12, not even half. I think they're only gonna add like Shiva, and I know they're not adding Ermac. I know they're not adding
Ermac's the dude.
Ermac and somebody else, because they're dead, in quotations. In the game, they're dead, so they're not gonna be in it. And
Reptile?
No, it's not. It's Ermac and I can't remember. But if I think of it, I'll let you guys know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say another thing. It's like a trend in most games now is the whole DLC. It kind of feels cheap after a while, especially when you get all these new characters, and it's like, oh, DLC is gonna be all these old characters. It's kind of a cheap move to make you.
Yeah, these DLCs are adding I can't remember the exact, but they're adding Shiva, and then they're gonna add some random serial killer. Like last one, they added Alien vs Predator, and they added Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They didn't add originals. I think they added one Bo Raicho. They added Bo Raicho.
Okay.
That was he's barely considered an original Mortal Kombat character.
Really?
Yeah, he came out in 5 or 6.
Yeah. The last one was 10, so that was the big gap.
Yeah. And I think I think if you're gonna do DLCs, make the game free at least, or something, because I think that's one thing that if a game's free and then there's all these skins and stuff, I think that's the way to go nowadays. But if you're not gonna do a free game, then don't do DLCs. I don't know. I probably would pay. I got the premium edition for $100. It came with the steel book and all the DLCs for $100, and the game is already $60, so I paid $40 for all the characters and a steel book. And I'm a big fan, so I feel like it's alright deal just for the steel book though, because I like collecting stuff like
it's
that.
Kind of underwhelming, basically.
Yeah.
But The last one was really good, so I think that's why maybe the expectations are a little higher than they maybe should have been.
I think, and then also back to my point about them being, like they cheated. It's really got like an injustice feel to it. Like they just copied and pasted it. Like
the storyline, right?
Not the storyline necessarily, just the how I mean they fight and move and stuff like that.
It did feel a little. I don't want to say this, but like clunky the way they move.
Like you play a Mortal Kombat game and you're like, this is Mortal Kombat. You don't get that feel,
Yeah. Like when you were, Khan, what's his name? Shao Kahn, sorry. With his hammer and stuff, it kind of reminded me of Injustice when you're Superman. You hit someone, it's taken like, almost a quarter of damage,
Yeah.
So I definitely get that feel. There's definitely characters that feel a little OP. There's some that are underwhelming. Like when I was playing D'Vorah, obviously I didn't learn her, but a first timer using her, the moves weren't good.
Yeah, and there's a couple of those because there's like I said, there's like 5 new characters, and they already had added like 5 new characters on the last game. So I think they kind of dropped the ball on this one. In my honest opinion, and I'm trying not to be biased, but I mean, the graphics are good. That's it. And then the other thing was, like I said, how they got the X-ray right. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay.
And the storyline was short, and yeah. But I guess you don't want to do the same thing over and over again, because if you look at like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, it's kind of the same thing, and you don't really grasp the story until like 5 and 6, and then you're the storyline kind of like levels out.
Okay.
But what's your favorite Mortal Kombat, you think?
I want to say the one that was on PS3 and Xbox 360. The last one that came out.
Deadly Alliance, or there was Armageddon.
I think Armageddon.
The Blaze dude.
I think so.
He's like all red and stuff.
I'll have to look at the covers. It's been a while. But I really liked the PlayStation 3 one. I played that one a lot.
I think my favorite one, and it's pretty close, between Deadly Alliance, which was the Xbox, and I think PS2. But Deadly Alliance, I don't know if this would be... I really like Deadly Alliance. That's my number 1, but my number 2 is probably... it was Mortal Kombat versus DC on the 360.
You know what? I did like that one too. That one was fun.
It was really fun. They got it right, and you could play it forever. The thing with Mortal Kombat is like you want to get like, you want to play a game, and you don't want to feel like someone else had the advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's what I think makes a good Mortal Kombat game, and I think Deadly Alliance had that, and I think Mortal Kombat versus DC had that. And then also, I can't remember, there was one Mortal Kombat game, the dude who time travels and stuff. It's not even like a main Mortal Kombat game, but it's one of those conquest games.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but I really liked that one. I spent hours on it, and because there's like so much side missions and stuff, and it's amazing. Like back then, like you'd buy a game and then you'd spend so much hours, and then now you buy, like I bought this $100 Mortal Kombat game, and I beat it in like 5 hours. 5 hours of gameplay. I mean, it took me like 2 or 3 days, but like, come on, man.
Yeah. That's why I was really impressed with a few games that came out last year and this year. Like God of War, that it was a lengthy story mode, and then the side quests were good because they didn't feel like, oh, I gotta go do this stupid side quest. It all felt organic, It didn't, you could wander off to the side and like do this side quest, and it feels like it's almost part of the story. That game was so good because you could spend days playing it. The same thing with Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game. I finally finished the story mode. I took a break playing it. We got wrapped up in Fortnite and Apex the past few months.
Mm-hmm.
But I finally finished the story mode really good. I got the pre-order edition, so I have the first DLC. I want to try that out, see how it is. But that's what I'm saying. Not a lot of people are doing solo games anymore, you know?
And even if they do, I don't think that they're really that good. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty harsh critic to, or like games like that, because I want originality. I want something that's not done before. It's got to be fun. It's got to, keep me going, and for example, like Fallout, I never really, it didn't capture me, and I think it's mostly the type of person I am, but I'm just using that as an example. Like, I still gave it a try. I'd play like halfway and I'd lose interest because they just had you going doing all these different things, and it didn't really make sense. So it's really hard to do that, and I feel like probably a lot of people felt like that, or and if they didn't, then they're just really diehard Fallout fans.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, wrapping that up, we Luna did see Avengers, and since he saw it, he was stuck in the middle of the crowd and was forced to watch the trailer of the new Star Wars. He was trying. He does. I like this idea. He tries not to watch trailers of movies he's really excited to see. But he couldn't get away.
I've been doing this since like 2011, and I told Chris, I'm like, dude, these trailers are coming like 2-3 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they make them too long, and they show all the main points, and it's like, I already know the whole story.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like, why am I even gonna go watch it? I mean, of course, it's not like I actually did watch it, but I like to have some, what's the word, like, not like surprise, I guess.
Go in with like an empty, I don't know, viewpoint, without judgment.
Yeah,
Because if you look at a trailer, you already kind of have an idea what movie this is going to be, and you already like, I think I'm going to like it, and you kind of lean towards liking it,
Yeah, now they make like 2 or 3 of them, like, for one movie. Like,
mm-hmm.
like if 1 2-minute video wasn't enough, they make like 3. And so now I kind of got him into it, but so I was, there watching the Avengers. I'm so excited and anxious. I'll go early. Usually I like to wait, like basically like walk in when the time is like coming up. So I was in my seat and I was dead center. The theater's packed and I couldn't get away. And then the Star Wars trailer comes on, and I'm like, oh man. Once I seen Rey, I couldn't look away. Like,
it's just like, all right, I'm this.
And I was like, even like, I tried to like cover my ears, and I just couldn't shut my eyes for 1 second. I couldn't look away, and so I watched the whole thing. And I mean, I'm definitely excited, but it did kind of ruin it.
Like I mentioned in episode 1, the laugh at the end, it's cool, but it ruins a big surprise. It's clear whose laugh it is, and it's, I would have loved to have been surprised by that in the movie.
Yeah, man. And then especially like you see what they're standing in front of.
What they're standing in front of, that would have been really cool too. Now I'm already making these theories. I'm thinking too much. I liked The Last Jedi because I took your approach and didn't watch trailers. I went in with without an opinion, without theories. Mm-hmm. So many people make these theories and they get all pissed off and mad that their theories were wrong. Mm-hmm. It's like, you're not a Hollywood writer. Your theories doesn't have to be right.
Yeah. But, yeah, it also says, at the end, I think it says the end of a saga. I'm pretty sure they're just talking about the trilogy, right? Because Disney have another 3, right?
So I don't think so. I know after Solo didn't do too well, they did say they're going to slow down on movies. So I think after 9 comes out, there's going to be a huge gap between the next movie. If they make another trilogy, I think they will, just because it's like these movies will always make money.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that if there is a next trilogy, it's going to be quite some time.
I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff to hold us down until then.
Uh-huh.
The Disney Plus, they have a show with Cassian from the Rebel movie, Rogue One.
Mm.
Him and his droid, they have their own show. There's going to be a bounty hunter show, The Mandalorian, that's set between the Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens. So there's a lot of stuff. So, I think we'll be held
That's
down.
cool. Yeah, I'm just considering like the money that Disney just put into the new Star Wars world. Star Wars World or Star Wars Land?
They have a whole name for it. It's like Galaxy's Edge or something like that.
Oh yeah. Well, it's I think it's opening like next month, and it's like order, like a like you have to like set a reservation for it.
So I did a little research into it. That you have to get like a reservation into it, and they have to accept you, because the whole thing is very interactive. It's very almost robotic. All these things. It's very new, so they made it to where they can upgrade everything whenever technology comes up. It's very cool, but with that technology, they can only have so many people there now.
Yeah, it's like they have like a maximum capacity. And of course, when the new things comes out, especially Star Wars, it's gonna be packed. Everyone's gonna want to go there.
I was reading that there's this one ride. I forgot the name of it, but it's gonna be trackless, and it's gonna have all 3 of the heroes from the new trilogy: Finn, Poe, and Rey. Kylo Ren should be in it, and it's gonna be trackless. You're gonna be going against, walkers, all kinds of stuff. So it looks really cool. Cool concept. Very excited to find that out. See how it goes.
Another thing I think that another trilogy will come up fast is because how Avengers is going to be breaking the box office this week for the next 2 weeks, and Disney's going to be like, well, what's going on? We spend all these billions of dollars and we don't have, like a box office for Star Wars. Like, I don't know. I feel like Star Wars should always like, it's like their holy grail kind of thing,
I'm thinking that The Rise of Skywalker is going to determine the future, because The Last Jedi made money, but since Rian Johnson, the director, went in such a different way, a lot of fans were pissed off or mad.
I was.
So be it. And then Solo, after that, didn't make that much money. So they had 2, they won't call it failures, but 2 things that didn't live up to expectations.
What they did wrong with Solo was they picked an old hero, and none of the new kids couldn't relate. They don't know who's on. They
didn't grow up with Han Solo.
And they don't care. They look up to the new guys.
If anything, it should have been a Jedi oriented story.
Yeah,
anybody, you could choose anybody.
Yeah, the prequels or something. I don't know. That's what they should have done. So Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I want that movie so bad, man.
Yeah, me too.
The longer they wait, the less that Ewan McGregor has to put makeup on. So it's a trade-off. Let's just hope he doesn't have gray hair by the time they decide to do it.
Yeah, man. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, those were the main things we wanted to talk about this week. Next week, we're going to dive into Avengers hard with spoilers. We wanted to give everybody a chance to watch the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So, we thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments, if you think of any other skits you would want to see us perform. You know, the one we did before this one was kind of an homage to the 40-Year-Old Virgin. We both really liked that movie. And Mortal Kombat just came out.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we got the idea. You know, we should reenact that scene. But we hope you guys like it, and if there's any topics you think we should talk about, let us know in the comments below. I'm gonna have the in the description below, I'm gonna have the link to my last review for Avengers and all the movies that came out in the month of April, and also my review for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes.
That's pretty much it from Must Be Nice. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Thank you, guys.
Later.